Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Let's see. What was another good game? I think Brighton, the 4-1 over Wolves, definitely shows that.
That got out of hand quick.
Yeah, it did.
That got out of hand quick.
It's just one of those things, man. Wolves were in it. Wolves were in it. Wolves were in it.
And they weren't. And then they weren't.
Yeah, they were only up 1-0 at the half, and then they come out
got out of hand
3 goals
quick.
in 15 minutes.
I was flipping back and
10 minutes.
forth between that one and the Fulham game. That got out of hand. That got out of hand quick.
Yeah, I just think Brighton are explosive. That's the word.
Yeah.
Explosive. Yep. And De Zerbi, it's one of those things where De Zerbi, again, it's up to the manager. De Zerbi is such that little tweak here, little tweak there. He noticed what Wolves were doing and like immediately ripped it apart. And Wolves never in the second half, I mean. And Wolves never recovered. And I still think that after just 2 games, Wolves have definitely changed my mind, though. And I will be taking them out of my relegation. They've got some players, stupid yellow. I mean, a red card. This is another game with a red card. But this one, my man, you're dumb. He throws 2 guys down and then gets a second yellow for dissent. Bro, you just manhandled 2 people.
You're lucky you didn't get a red for the manhandle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't Stone Cold Steve Austin powerbomb somebody.
Just
like
people's elbows have been just...
Yeah, like that was, dude. He's got no complaints. But I think that they are going to be just fine. Yeah. Cunha, the forward, that he drops so deep, but he's always positive when he gets the ball, and I think that they're going to cause people problems. But on the other side, man, Brighton are just.
Whew. So how much money are they going to get for Matoma?
100 mil.
It's got to be 100.
And then Estupiñán,
yeah.
He's going to go for another 100 mil.
Yeah.
And you don't even have Ferguson in play, which they're already saying they want at least 120 for him.
They're just making money. Brighton's just making. You know what Brighton's doing? Brighton's making money.
Solly March had himself a game.
Yeah, he had 2 goals.
No.
These guys are going to be they're going to be up there this season. But once Europe starts, if De Zerbi is taking Europa League seriously,
I think he will.
And I think he will. I think they'll do good. But I also think that, like we've been saying, the depth might come into
the way they play cannot be sustainable over that long.
No. Not for 55 games, yeah.
Yeah.
So. I also think one thing, and you and I talked about it in Atlanta, once teams are able to actually pressure Billy Gilmore, I think they're going to have a little bit of trouble getting the ball forward, linking from the defense to the midfield, because he can be bullied off the ball for one. But right now he's got plenty of time to find a pass, to get it up, up the field, all that. Once he starts playing teams that are a little bit more to their level, I think you're going to see some issues there. But yeah, Brighton looks good so far.
Absolutely. 2 goals, 8 games, top of the league on goal difference, sitting pretty. But we'll wait until we'll reserve judgment until they play some teams higher up the table.
The next 2 are going to be interesting because they got West Ham and Newcastle, so I think it'll be something in those games.
Yeah, that'll be a bigger midfield for sure with West Ham, but most definitely with Newcastle.
Yeah. Ooh, and it's at Brighton. I can't wait to see that one.
Ooh, that's good. That's going to be good. Yeah. Well, Liverpool have beaten Bournemouth 3-1 in another interesting game. Another, how shall we say, interesting red card. I'll just keep it nice and diplomatic on that one, because this is another one that I thought was an absolute gaffe. Super harsh red card. But we don't even really need to talk about that for this game. No. Luis Diaz
That goal, man. My God.
Luis Diaz.
Woo.
Yeah.
You'll never hear me say that I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm a Diaz fan. This guy,
Man.
woo, my
Yeah.
man is a menace, and that's just pure class. And I heard the commentator was like, "Oh, did he mean to pop it? Did he mean to? He meant to do
Yes,
He
every.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing
Yep.
the
He had to
whole
play at
time.
his head. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That
Yeah.
like, and I spotted him out before the horrific injury from last season. He was doing crazy things beforehand, and he's so young, and so look out, man. Man's gonna score mad goals this season, I think. He's already on 2 goals, at least 2 goals. I think he's got 2 goals already.
Yeah, he's got 2. He scored 1 against us.
Yeah, and so yeah, if he stays healthy, good grief.
Yeah.
Because he's got it. He can dribble at you. He's got the touch. He's got finishing. He's young. He's quick. He's energetic. He's hungry. Yeah, I like him. I would love.
Colombian
To see that.
hero.
Yeah.
He's the next James. Next
Perhaps, perhaps, man. But Liverpool started this game
Horribly.
one of the worst starts to a game I've seen in ages. Bournemouth should have scored twice. Bournemouth should have been up 2.
They should have been up
They should have
3
been
0 by the 15th minute.
What are they doing at the back in that first 15 minutes?
That was horrible. Like what was that? Like what are you doing, Allison?
Wow. That was some shocking stuff. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know when the light bulb or the switch, whatever analogy you want, turned on.
It was after they give up that goal.
But they gave up a goal in the 3rd minute. It took them another 15 to wake up.
To realize they were playing week.
Bournemouth scored in minute 3.
Yeah, I know. They actually scored the first
goal.
minute.
The offsides goal was like 34 seconds in, and you would think that would wake Liverpool up, but not 2 minutes later. Trent gives them the ball, just plays the ball right to them. Here you go, you can have this. I don't want it, and they score. Credit Semenyo to finish.
It was a very good finish.
Credit Bournemouth for also being way more positive so far this season in both of the games than I expected them to be, which is weird because, Gary O'Neill was their manager who has got this Wolves team not playing like he was playing with Brighton. So he's evolved as well, which is something I think is a credit, is something to watch over at Wolves. But, yeah, man, when Liverpool turn it on,
yeah,
when they decide that it's time to play, at Anfield, and it's at Anfield where the pressure just mounts and mounts and mounts and mounts and mounts. Again, Bournemouth scored too early.
Yeah.
You just got to lead too early, and it's like...
It wakes you up.
Yeah, you're never going to...
Hell yeah, it gives you something to play for.
You're never going to survive for 87 minutes against Liverpool at Anfield, And they didn't. But I also think Bournemouth are going to be all right. 2 weeks ago, I would have really thought about them maybe getting relegated. But from what I've seen, really it's other teams are worse. But I think Bournemouth will be just fine. And speaking of other teams who are worse, Aston Villa have absolutely decimated Everton.
Yeah. Yo,
and it wasn't so much that Villa were good, don't get me wrong.
Everton was bad.
Everton was really bad.
Bad.
Awful. Ashley Young.
They should be relegated.
Ashley Young has more experience than most people in this entire league. And you're doing that. That's one of the worst throw-ins I've ever seen. I don't even think Keane was looking at him. I don't even think that they made eye contact and acknowledged that they were paying attention. And he just, there you go.
Thanks.
You got this. Yeah, Villa were just like, oh, thanks.
Got him. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Moussa Diaby, dude.
He's great. He's gonna be awesome.
He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. Leon Bailey with.
He actually made an appearance. It's unbelievable.
I'm not a huge. I don't rate him that highly because he's super inconsistent.
Yeah.
But he'll come out the woodwork with a screamer every now and again.
Yep.
You know, and so he's got a goal. He gotten himself on the score sheet in this one as well. John McGinn scored the odd goal.
Yeah.
Like Villa were just
inside the box.
just unforgiving.
How
the
about
penalty-
the
penalty
yellow
was-
card on Pickford?
There's nothing. I have no problems with that.
My point being is on Monday, it's nothing. On Saturday, it's a yellow card.
Where were they playing? I think the venue should tell you.
Yeah, but that. I'm just saying. I want consistency. Give me consistency.
You know we're not getting that.
I don't get that.
There will be there. That will not
Just
happen.
in time in games.
God, I wanted Everton. We need Everton to get
Do you
relegated.
think it feels random? Do you think Pickford's going to stay the whole year at Everton?
I hope not. We
Yeah.
could use him.
I think you will.
X, get over it, man. Sanchez is your number one all season.
God, dude, that's gonna suck.
He's begging. He's begging, ain't he?
I wanted
Sanchez-
Pickford last year.
It's not happening, man. It's not happening. And Everton are in trouble.
Yeah.
He got to get out of here,
Big
man.
trouble.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying, bro. He's
Calvert-Lewin,
way too good.
How long is
to
he
be
going to be
Everton.
injured for? He took a
It's-
shot to the face.
He broke his face. He fractured his
Orbital bone.
he fractured it.
Oh,
He's going to be out. He's going to be out for at least 2-3 weeks, and he'll be wearing that mask again
Yeah.
that he had. I mean,
So
you got to
you've got him out now. You've got
for the guy.
who's the other guy?
Alex he tore a hamstring, pulled his hammy in this game.
Seriously?
Oh, that's a workhorse for them, bro.
So your goals are going to have to come from Neil Mape.
Or you mean there are no goals?
Yeah.
Trouble.
No goal.
Dude, that's
Big
a workhorse gone for them. Yeah.
Big trouble, dude. It's
He
not.
plays for the shirt.
Yeah, he does for sure.
Yeah. Remember how I mentioned I was changing my relegation team?
Yeah.
They'll get. Do they play us in the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season? Because we'll give them some points.
I'm telling you, man, from what I've seen, and to think that they survived by a single goal, not a point, by a single goal last
That's
season.
pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
That ain't happening again.
Check Decore is their number 10. Or not check Decore, that's for Palace, but Decore is their creative midfielder. That's who they're playing in the number 10 role. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna need the likes of they're gonna need an absolute free fall.
You know what, Everton? You can have Lukaku back on free, bro.
They should take him.
They should take it. They should
free.
do that. They should
should
100% do that. Y'all need because y'all can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Neither can he, so it won't matter.
Something, dude, because it's bad. It's bad news bears down at Upton or at Everton, man. Goodison.
Well,
Good.
I think another thing to take from this game is the injuries. I mean, you got Coutinho pulling a hamstring.
Yeah.
He looked done.
Oh yeah. He was on for like 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was done.
And he was out.
Of course, you said Iwobi. I
I like Iwobi. That's sad.
Yeah.
Lewin, it's not good.
Lewin.
It's not good at all. But I think it's a good win for Villa. I think Villa sneakily have some depth, and I think they're gonna be just fine. And it's an interesting remark, I suppose, on the Premier League that you can get beat 5-1 one week and win 4-0 the next.
Yep. How do you tie Liverpool like that and then lose to West Ham 3-1? Yeah.
Another team that I've got my eye on for a relegation scrap. The Friday night game, Nottingham Forest have beaten Sheffield 2-1. My man, I won ye, as Patrick's dubbed him this season. getting on the score sheet again, 2-2.
You could just count on him to do it.
He should start next game, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely has earned his place. But what a screamer from Hammer, I think.
Hammer. Yeah, Hammer.
Wow, man. He needs to be doing that more often. I can tell you that much. Because Sheffield are going to struggle, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a struggle bus. I think it's gonna be a struggle for Forest.
Bottom three.
I think
Both.
Forest will be all
Both in
right.
my bottom three.
I think they'll stay just above the bottom three. I think Forest will be all right.
16th, 17th, maybe.
16th, 15th, 16th, somewhere around there.
Yeah. But I've heard some unrest from some of the Forest fans kind of getting on Cooper's back about the lack of, haven't really done a lot in the transfer window. They bought in Anthony Alanga, which I think is a fantastic signing for Forest. But as long as, the likes of 1 year scoring and Chris Wood coming off the bench getting game winners, yeah, they might be able to
Well, and looking at them, they spent they brought in a bunch of guys last year, and I mean that it doesn't work to just bring in a bunch of guys. I mean, I'm a supporter, so I own it where I am.
You don't say, Lewis. You don't say.
I'm a supporter, but I'm like, hey, sometimes, you got to just let the fans say stuff and do what you need to do, man. Because whatever, I mean, they had a bunch of names there last year.
Yeah, I mean, they've
if this was the MLS, it would have worked.
Yeah, sure.
Well, they would have rigged the games for them, so they
Sure.
would have,
Yeah.
What are you talking about, sir? No games have been fixed for any players with
Sorry.
the number 10.
It was like a movie.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
They make a movie for them.
Yeah.
It's like a movie for him, exactly. Yeah, that's what it was.
Where we know the beginning.
Serge Aurier had 2 assists in this one.
Yeah, I mean, even a blind squirrel finds a nut
I know, right?
once in a while.
He was once good. He was a good player before.
When was that?
When he was at PSG.
France?
So after Spurs, you mean?
No, before Spurs.
France?
For Spurs, yes. So Spurs is what made him bad. That makes sense.
That usually happens.
France?
Yeah.
He was good in the Champions League with PSG. He really was.
France?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think all in all, Sheffield struggle, man. They're gonna struggle.
He got one this week.
I've only seen Luton play twice, like ever. So I can't necessarily say that I think Sheffield are the worst team in the league, but I think Sheffield are the worst team in the league. And again, yeah, it's only twice, but
You've seen Luton one more time to me because they've only played one game that I could see.
well, I watched the playoff final.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I watched the playoff final back in the
championship.
in the last season, and I watched Sheffield's last game as well. I think I wasn't impressed, but yeah, I think that both of them are gonna struggle, and Sheffield will remain in my my relegation picks. But speaking of a team who might be slipping, Brentford smash Fulham at home.
Mhm.
And
Fulham are a different team, man.
they're in trouble.
They haven't reinforced. They now have lost their main striker.
Tim gets a red card in this game.
Yeah.
Silly red card, really.
William was on an island the whole game.
Yeah.
Just left him out there, just right on the wing. Just leave him out there. No help.
Clearly, Tony is not coming back to save him.
Who?
Not because he's not coming back, but
Brentford?
because he don't want to go back there.
Oh,
No,
Brentford.
Yeah.
Brentford don't need saving. Mbeumo's
No, I'm
stepping
just
up.
saying, it's that. But I'm saying they've literally prepared to not have him, and he said, "Good,
Yeah.
you don't need me to save you."
Tony wants that Saudi money.
No, Tony.
No, he said Liverpool or Arsenal.
Tony wants a trophy, baby.
Tony's not going to fit in at Liverpool. He's going to Arsenal if that's the case.
Tony
yeah.
wants a trophy,
They
baby.
can't play 10 strikers. You got to have at least somebody playing defense.
Jurgen Klopp will play 11 strikers, sir.
He's going to pull the keeper.
Mo Salah is going to be playing keeper next game. Yeah. But no, I think Mbomo and Wissa have definitely improved. Wissa didn't really get into the team because of Tony last season, and now he's getting his opportunity. I think he's doing really well. And I'm a little shocked. Fulham they kind of have the same spine, and Paulinho even came back into this game.
He's off injury, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, I was a little bit shocked that this one got out of hand. In the end, kind of.
Yeah, when I texted you and you were like, "Why are you watching that?"
Yeah.
It was 3 goals in it.
I was like, "It's not that bad."
But hey, I mean, Brighton were playing. Brighton are an
Right.
exciting team to watch.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
way more than Fulham.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that Ivan Toney's not in the team, I mean, but Brentford are an open team. They like to play a little bit more, and they're playing through the lines more and more because they're starting to realize that you don't have a giant knocking the ball down anymore.
Right.
Mbomo
That's one thing that you and I discussed when we saw them. They couldn't get the ball. They couldn't get the second ball.
Yeah. So they're definitely having to figure it out. But again, it comes back to the man at the helm. I think Thomas Frank is figuring it out. And I think that just based on what we've seen so far, Brentford are probably going to be right around the same area. We'll probably see another 10th, 9th place finish.
They'll be really close on the table, I think.
Yeah, but Fulham, man, they're going to drop. And second season is going to come round for them, and it's going to be tough.
Lukaku. I'm sorry.
Yo, I could do that. I'll take William. Give me William back, and I'll.
Agent Lewis over here is trying to move Lukaku on for you.
Thanks, man.
Who better than replace Mitrovic than a big guy who? That's it. I don't really have any fun.
Donkey
I was
foot.
waiting for the next part.
Donkey foot.
You know where Lukaku needs to go? Manchester United.
He'll go back to United.
Back to United.
Because he'll be a big guy that.
Donkey.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
He is a big guy.
He's really tall and
big.
And he's just big. He can
I like that you're refraining from the negativity, and
I
you're
can't think any other words.
You're just sticking with what's positive, and we'll move on because that's all that's positive.
He's tall.
He's got hooves for feet, man.
Well, yeah. There you have it. That is the roundup. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up right there on the weekend review. It was definitely a good one, and we are looking forward to plenty of games coming up in the future. If you're as excited about it as we are, go ahead and smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and get that notification bell on. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.